Your product or service is great, but you're not selling anything. It's because your offer stinks. Let's fix that today. Hi, my name is Jeffery Boyle. I'm the CEO of Bimoto AI, and today we're going to talk about irresistible offers, and I'm going to give you a prompt that will help you fix those crappy offers. But first, make sure you like and subscribe. Be sure you provide me a comment, and make sure you're also every single week, a Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern, that you're a part of my live Q&A. I'm going to show you a couple different things that you need to know first, and then I'm going to show you it in action and then give you the prompt so you can then implement it on your own. So first of all, let's make sure that you understand a brutal truth. In today's market, a good offer is often worse than no offer at all. Why? Because it creates noise without creating the results. And there's nothing worse than doing ads on Facebook, or it doesn't matter which platform you're using, and you get lots of noise, which means that they're clicking on it, but no one's getting any results. Look, that often comes down to the offer. So as you go through these, understand that most purchase decisions happen subconsciously before that logical reasoning kicks in. And an irresistible offer speaks directly to this primitive brain that we all have, and it triggers action before hesitation can take hold. You got a great product, but you need to capture their attention before you lose that so essential item to be able to make them go from interested to actually becoming a customer. So the prompt I'm going to help you with today, it helps you make offers truly irresistible because it has value asymmetry. So the perceived value is dramatically outweighed by the price. The risk reversal. You shoulder the risk, not your customer. So many times, unless you just have this perfect product, perfect service with no risk at all involved, which nobody has, you're going to have to shoulder that risk. You have to be very specific. You have to have clear, concrete benefits rather than vague promises. And you have to have scarcity. So limited availability creates urgency. You have to be able to have true urgency. If not, people procrastinate. Look, the market is as busy as a Japanese subway. And if you've been on a Japanese subway, you know what I'm talking about. And so many people are screaming, buy me, use this, use that. And you have to be able to create some scarcity to penetrate all of that noise while having all of these different components, especially uniqueness. You have to have something that they cannot get elsewhere. So I'm going to show you this cool template right here that I created for you. And then I'm going to show you the analysis that I've done with it. The name of the template is called Crafting Irresistible Offers One by One. So let me go inside of there and I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the admin section so you can see what I'm doing. But the process when I create offers, there's two types of prompts that I create, and I make them as templates right here within Bimoto. So you don't need to be a prompt expert to be able to know how to do it. I always tell AI who it is. In this case, it's a master business consultant, and it's here to improve what you're trying to do for your target audience. I also tell it to provide an introduction and help us think bigger. Then I'll give it a process. The process that I like to use, oftentimes I can either use variables, which means that you fill in the blank, or this coach-led process, which the AI then asks you questions. So I start right off the bat saying, ask one question at a time, then gather information, and I tell it what information to gather, and then guide me with questions, analyze, evaluate, and refine the offer. Offer help if I get stuck, be conversational, use simple concepts, and after gathering the target market details, which I tell it what to gather below, then it has the ability to right here analyze compared to what is a great offer, and then I tell it exactly how to output it. It's really important if you're going to create predictable outputs on telling it exactly what it needs to do. And then you should be really concise with your wording so that the AI doesn't get confused. And it's also really important, and I use Claude within Bimoto to be able to do this. Claude does a great job of analyzing your prompts to tell you if you've got too much wording or how it can be improved. So right here, you can see essential components of irresistible offers. It's a tongue twister for me. And then I tell it the different things that it has to analyze. Then I give it the irresistible offer equation. And then I tell it how it should output it. So if you don't care about all of that, then you can just look for right here. It's called Crafting Irresistible Offers Step by Step. So you can find that right within Bimodo by searching Crafting Irresistible Offers, or you can go to the type, and the type is, you can just type right here, 7-day launch bonuses. I've got a lot of really cool things inside of here, but it's just called Crafting Irresistible Offers Step by Step. Let me show you what it does. Okay. So I made up a fake product that's called body fuel. And body fuel is this all natural ingredient. I work out all the time. I'm now in my 50s, and I like to have energy when I go to the gym, but I hate crappy ingredients. So I made the perfect, it's called body fuel, the perfect energy drink that's all natural, and it still gives you all of the results that you want. You're going to see I really went overboard with this, but I thought it was a fun way to do it. Now I'm using the template within Claude. So you can see right here this process, just to speed it up with you. When you click templates on there, if you're inside of the 7-day, I'll just go right from the beginning so you can see this. So if you click type right here and you just type in 7, and it's under 7-day launch bonuses, crafting the irresistible offer. You can also do it just by searching for, put it all right there and type in crafting irresistible offers step by step. So that's how you find it. So let's click on it, and you can see to get going, all you have to do is hit generate. So let's go all the way up, make it full screen here. And so it starts off just by giving an introduction to what you're doing, and says, can you provide an overview of your target market? So really quickly, as I went through, it's health enthusiasts that work out a lot, that want to have energy. So it gives me feedback on what I said, and then what's the most pressing problem. And it also gives me examples of what possible problems you could have. Now, of course, this is a made up product, but if I were creating an energy drink, these are really some of the things that I would want to be able to have, which is energy. I don't want to have energy crashes, and I don't want to take the poison that's in Red Bull or Monster that are filled with artificial ingredients and flavors. It tells me it understands. I mean, this is really a great prompt. I spent a lot of time with it. So make sure you're using it. It goes through and talks about the results. It talks about the product or service. And I put all this nonsense in there of what it's supposed to do. I wish I had this ingredient, this product. It's really cool. And then it goes through and what specific benefits. This is what it's going to do for your product and service. And I would tell you, more information is better than less information. And it goes through and it says what benefits, and it even gives me some suggestions of the benefits that I should be putting in there. And I came up with this fake process of fermenting, because if you ferment, it breaks down the products and service, or products and ingredients. And I'm not talking alcohol in here, but there's a lot of great things that are fermented. If you ferment it, it will then break it down, and then you can have this non-alcoholic drink that will allow it to penetrate the cell wall. I don't know if it could really do that, but heck, I thought it would put it in there, and it feeds the mitochondria. That sounds really cool. And then it asks me for promises. So it's taking you through that equation that I had before, just by asking you questions in simple to understand processes. Asking about my prices, my offering, and how it is that I would grow. And in this one, I'm going to act like a normal person and say, I'm not sure. Help me with this. So anytime you don't know, just say, I don't know. Help me with this. And then it put it out there and gave me a bunch of suggestions on how I could do it. And then it asked me another question on how to get in front of these people. And I'm like, I don't know. Give me some suggestions. And after it gave me those suggestions, it then started the analysis. The cool thing about Claude is it outputs really long, detailed analyses. So we're fixing this within the system, but if you see it gets clipped, because it goes through and analyzes my asymmetry, my risk reversal, which is really high, my specificity, which is fairly low, my scarcity, which is super low, and my uniqueness, which is high. And then it puts it into the equation factors and just starts to grade me and tells me why I'm not doing well or if I'm doing well on something, and then gives me a score. Okay. So from here, then it gives me some improvements that I can make. And once I can see it ran out of space, which we'll fix, it says, I just have to put in continue the output, and it continues to do this. And afterwards, it gives me all the suggestions on what I could do to improve my offer and the implementation priorities. So that's what's really cool about this is it's going to go through exactly what you need to do, score your current offer, and then give you some additional offers that you can use to be able to really start to improve that core irresistible offer that's killing your product or service right now. Be sure that you're on the call. Check out this before, check this template out before you get on the call. Try it, and I'll even show you how we can improve this template as you get on there. And one of the best ways I can do it is at the end of it, when it's done, it's going to output a sample offer on the call. So I'll show you how to adapt the prompt right there as is. But be sure you're there every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern. Love to be able to take your questions and help you take your business to the next level. Talk to you soon.